Their once quiet, leafy suburb, now a hoon's paradise.
I woke up at roughly 2 in the morning. There was drag racing, 2 cars side by side, hooning straight down here.
Residents have lost mailboxes, they've lost cars, they've lost boats, they've lost overhead power lines.
Arabian Street resident Pat Condren is no stranger to this erratic behaviour. Just before Christmas, a P-plater rammed the back of his 2-ton trailer, flipping it onto his wife's car, reducing it to a mangled wreck.
The police said if it wasn't there, they would have come straight through our lounge room window and probably would have killed my grandson.
He says this 50-zone street is a rat race. Drivers screaming past at speeds over 100 kilometres, now forced to take matters into his own hands.
I'll jump behind them, flash the light a bit so they looks like it's a speed camera.
These residents say enough is enough, calling on a coordinated response from council and police.
There needs to be additional speed reduction measures, there needs to be more prominent signage, and there needs to be an additional police patrol.
The message sooner rather than later.
Someone's going to get killed. It's a matter of time.
Annie Puller, 9 News. Pushed out onto the street, in some cases scarred by violence. These are the children that fall through the cracks of the mainstream school system.
If you're marginalised, if you don't feel you belong to the community, what incentive is there to learn?
But now a one-on-one mentoring program is breaking that chain.
The students don't see us as authoritarian. We're not a parent or parents. We're not a school teacher.
From magistrates to accountants, they're our retirees here to impart wisdom and be a friend.
But the answer is not just throwing money at it. It's about getting to know the kids and rubbing shoulders with them, because then you understand where they come from.
Rubbing shoulders with her mentor Bob, 15-year-old Rachel Stafford has only been a part of the program for 7 weeks. Her life already changed.
Since I've been at FLEXI, I've decided what I wanted to do when I come out of school, and I've been able to cement different things.
Probably the most useful thing that someone at my age can do, to be able to talk to these young kids.
Not only linking generations, but forging irreplaceable bonds.
We have a family here. It's a little community.
Annie Puller, 9 News.
At just 22 years of age, Denasia Fountain packed up her life in America and moved to the other side of the globe, chasing the game she loves. While the skills came easy on the court, life off it hasn't always been a walk in the park.
My mom was my mom, but to society, it was abnormal. You know, for a 15-year-old girl to have a kid. When I was born, my dad was already, I lost my dad to the streets. Like he was shot and killed a day before my mom's baby shower for me.
At 15, Fountain started receiving letters from Division I basketball colleges all over America. That's when she started to believe in her own ability and knew she could begin to pay back a woman who gave up so much.
She doesn't like that. She wants me to play for me, but I play for her and my dad.
Despite being almost 8 inches shorter, Fountain idolises one of the game's greats.
LeBron turned the corner inside! He made Yusuf Nurkic a screensaver!
While he's known as King James, Denasia is out to claim her own throne.
The female version of Melo and LeBron?
Queen James.
Queen James, exactly.
With Melina Washington suffering a season-ending injury, Fountain's role with the Mountaineers has changed. She's become the go-to girl, a title that sits perfectly with her.
I want to be the player, and the player that they can also learn from, the player that they can also count on.
While wins may be few and far between this season, one thing's for certain. This smiling assassin will bring ability and enthusiasm unlike any Mountaineers crowds have ever seen.
That's sometimes what sell tickets.
Yeah.
They want to see that, the N1.
Kieran Wagstaff, 9 News.
It's a lucrative new tourism market, eyeing off cashed-up Chinese baby boomers. The aim of the plan to turn excess capacity in the region's private health system into tourism dollars.
We could shift the dial on international tourism from about 46,000 people and add maybe another 50%.
In other words, up to 30,000 more international tourists on our doorstep, seeing our site spending cash, also getting a full health checkup.
a battery of tests which would include pathology and ECGs and so on, and then the opportunity to bolt on more sophisticated tests.
A process that can take close to a year back home. Both private hospitals in Toowoomba are supportive of Chinese health tourism, but some locals fear their services will be compromised.
We should be looking after our own people first.
Our health system is probably not supporting the community as it is now.
Others backing a healthy economic injection.
They've got to stay in motels, they've got to eat food, they've got to go and see things, and we've got a lot of lovely things to see in the area, so it can only be a benefit.
Tourism Darling Downs will travel to Beijing next month to spruik the operation. If all goes well, visitors could be here as quick as August, marking the start of a health revolution. Annie Pullen, 9 News.